Hey everybody, we are the Amerime Junkies. We hope everyone out there is doing well today. Guess we should start off with the boss of the boss. Huh?
Hey guys, Comic Boss here. I had to step in. Today is Queen Nick's birthday, so happy birthday, Queen Nick. And Sid had to stay late, so y'all get to deal with my beautiful face instead.
They gotta embrace the beard. Huh?
You gotta embrace the bear today.
Now over here.
Lamont, introduce yourself.
Hey,
You're doing it like the Brady Bunch.
With the depression here.
Oh, demon.
Get out. Door. Door. Anyway, anywho, it's your boy, Demon Engine here. You know, having fun today. And we have our lovely guest.
Hi, I'm Shireen.
Introduce our lovely guest.
It is Sharea Morishita of S. Morishita Studio. We're going to be talking to her today. I, of course, am Salty Truth Floyd, and we are the Amerime Junkies. We're going to be sitting down
let's start
today.
with the Geek Report.
I got it. I was like, let's before we roll in and knowing more about her and what she does, we're going to start off with the Geek Report. One of the first big pieces of news today, of course, it's been raging around. Star of the Boss Baby movie franchise, Alec Baldwin, had a horrible accident during a recent filming where he shot a prop gun, and of course the blanks still have tips on them, and it actually fatally killed a cinematographer. Of course the production has stopped, and Alec Baldwin has released a statement. He is heartbroken and devastated by what has happened. Of course, this is not the first time this has happened in Hollywood on record. This is the third time. One time being a model in the break between shots for another movie, and of course the most infamous one, Brandon Lee for The Crow. My heart goes out to that woman and her family. This is it's a very horrible accident.
Everybody's life changed in a blink of an eye on that set.
Yeah, that was of all things to go down, that was definitely the most unexpected. I'm like when I first saw the news of it, I honestly wasn't sure if it was some sort of weird joke. But
and not just her, but the director or the producer, he got hit as well. He's out of the hospital now, but a few straight fragments hit him too. I can only imagine what I'd going through right now.
Also, sorry to be the double Debbie Downer, but voice actor Christopher Ayers, he also passed away. His most infamous role is the voice of Frieza for Dragon Ball Z.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean he's voiced plenty of characters, but that's definitely the top of the top. He will surely be missed.
Is he the original voice actor for Frieza?
He is the original English.
The original American voice actor.
Yes.
Wow.
So he's the one that could call them the Sans monkeys.
Hello, monkeys. Yes.
Oh. I shouldn't be laughing. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's one of those things where the character, like, we all had a feeling that when he said that, it was his version of saying the N-word. So,
oh no.
Yeah. It was like,
okay. It's fine. It's fine.
But either way, he was an outstanding stage performer.
Yes.
and the world just got a little bit sadder. That's all. Now to transition over to to something. Now, 22 years ago, 1 Piece started.
22 years ago. Like
22 years later.
I'm not even gonna say how old I was,
Still
but I
doesn't
was
seem to
young.
be an end.
Kinda. There's no end in sight of One Piece. I'm not gonna be mad. Like I still kind of like the show, so.
I mean, they're about to hit their 1,000th episode.
Ooh. Wow.
Yeah.
What about you? Do you watch One Piece?
No.
That's
Too
okay.
many episodes.
Have you ever watched One Piece?
No. Too many episodes. I'll wait till it's done and then I'll probably hop into it. I tried. I'm like, oh no.
It won't be done for another.
By the time it's
15 years.
over, right? You're gonna be watching with your grandkids by that time.
I'd say your children's children will be like, I remember when I got hooked on One Piece. It was episode 335.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
3,035.
That sounds about right.
Now, ironically, 25 years ago, so just taking a few more years back, there was this little game that arrived on Windows called Grand Theft Auto. Let that marinate.
25 years ago. Wow.
A top-down.
It was that over-the-top, top-down, horrible game.
That game was awesome for its time. You just suck at it.
Horrible.
Oh my gosh.
Horrible.
It was a horrible game.
You just sucked at it.
You just like it because of nostalgia.
Well, no,
maybe it was good for its time period.
When it comes to the old generation of them, my favorite was actually Grand Theft Auto 2.
Okay.
Because
the one that came off of PlayStation.
Yeah, because Grand Theft Auto 2, you had a few things happening there that you didn't expect. Like you had someone coming up like, "Give me your wallet," and they were literally trying to mug you. I see you over there talking to TikTok.
No, because someone wants to invite, and I had to tell them I'm on a podcast. I'm not talking smack. I'm not good at talking smack.
Now, in the comic book world this week. Now, last week on the Geek Report, we were saying how people were all upset because John Kent, the new Superman, has come out as bisexual, or was he gay?
Yeah.
Either way, he's part of the rainbow, and I'm all for it. Bisexual. Right. DC has received unprecedented pre-orders for the comic.
I'm one of them.
That's good.
Like they haven't seen this many. They haven't seen this many pre-orders since the death of Superman.
Wow.
I got that one too. Well, I had it.
Don't worry, you'll get it again, buddy.
I won't. That comic book probably like $30,000 now to buy.
Don't worry, you never know. Now, in the Hollywood news, a few parents groups are upset because HBO Max has locked down exclusive access to new episodes of Sesame Street. Sesame Street, for those who remember, it started on PBS, Public Broadcasting Services.
New episodes?
Yeah. As long as there's going to be kids out there, they got to learn.
We've been getting 4,185 episodes of Sesame Street for free. And now all of a sudden in 2021 you gotta pay.
actually, this started back a few years ago because one of the things a lot of people don't really understand is that Sesame Street, a good chunk of its funding comes from the board of the education, and then there's a few sponsors, and then literally person to person fundraising. Like PBS would hold all these fundraisers to keep money for their programs. One of them always being Sesame Street, because believe it or not, Sesame Street is expensive to make. Unfortunately, a lot of that water's dried up, and HBO stepped in with their wads of cash and was like, "Hey Elmo, heard you a little light. We got you.
Hey, Big Bird, I got you over here, buddy. Come on.
You like staying on Sesame Street?
That bird seed must cost a lot.
Better cost a lot. That 7-foot pigeon."
Huh?
I thought he was a canary.
Whatever.
Oh, okay.
You always
Tweety
bird pigeon to me.
Tweety Bird is also a canary.
Yeah, they're pigeons, aren't they?
Yeah, I didn't know what Big Bird was until just now. I was today years old when I thought he was a damn canary. I thought he was
a canary.
I thought he was like a chicken or something.
No, he's a canary.
That is a huge canary.
That is a Pokemon. That is one of the legendary birds.
That whole show is just Pokemon. They just walking around with elephants and mutant canaries, teaching kids how to say the number 6. What have they been showing us all these years?
And
the hostile takeover is soon to come. Humanity's last days are written, set in stone.
And they were brought to you by the letter C. In other news, the star of 10 Cloverfield Lane, she just came out. She made a statement during the filming. She honestly didn't know they were making a Cloverfield movie, and I'm just like, I love to jab at J.J. Abrams. I really do. Of course, you didn't know you were making a Cloverfield movie. No one knew, because at the end of the day, J.J. Abrams was like, I'm going to add some aliens and make it related to Cloverfield, because that's exactly how the last 2 Cloverfield-related movies went.
Seriously?
Cloverfield Paradox. Yeah, the Cloverfield Paradox that came out on Netflix, it had nothing to do with Cloverfield. They had to do reshoots and reshoot scenes on Earth to make it match for Cloverfield. Because the movie self-contained could have been its own mystery, but then they tied it into Cloverfield.
Right.
It's like it, and look, it just further goes that I honestly believe that J.J. Abrams might be one of the most interesting hacks of our time, but he started off so good, people thought he could do no wrong. I just waited for the other shoe to drop.
Right.
Look, I like Steven Spielberg, but I'll never forgive him for War of the Worlds. Plowing ahead. Meanwhile, at the House of Mouse, Disney Plus, of course they are still moving ahead with the Ahsoka series, Star Wars Ahsoka. Rosario Dawson's going to be reprising the role of Ahsoka Tano that she picked up in the second season of The Mandalorian. And Hayden Christensen has signed on to return as Luke.
Yes.
Whatever you want to call him, Vader.
Yes.
Anakin, Vader.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited.
I seen Hayden Christensen. At Disney taking pictures. I was wondering what he was there for.
Hayden Christensen, as most folks know, a lot of his acting work has been sporadic since Revenge of the Sith.
Right.
I don't think
Right.
it's necessarily his fault.
I will never get that scene out of my head. Master Skywalker, what are we going to do? That is great.
That's a scene that you're gonna always remember.
Oh,
Or the 66.
just like the fight. Just like the fight between Omni-Man and Invincible. It's something I'm always going to remember. It's ingrained into my brain now.
Think, Mark, think. Also, photos of Snoop have come up of him in Mandalorian armor. While people were vexed thinking this was a look for season 3, he was actually shooting a music video.
Oh.
Because I was just like,
that makes a lot more sense.
Because I was just like, yo, I don't know where y'all going this season with your guests, but Snoop. I was like, Snoop's a Mandalorian.
I was like,
all right.
Snoop beat the game of life, and then he just going back doing all his side quests at this point. He just going back. I'm going to do this. Why not? I could do this.
It's just like he comes out of spaceship.
Snoop has officially won life.
It's between
he has
him
officially
and
won life.
It's between him and Keanu Reeves at this point. Because like Keanu Reeves is just everywhere, Snoop is just everywhere. One day they're just gonna cross paths in John Wick. They're not even gonna fight. They're just gonna look at each other, do a head nod, and keep walking. And I would be perfectly okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the Geek Report. But that was a Geek Report.
Yay to some, boo to others. But yes. I'm happy that I learned something today. That Big Bird was actually a canary this whole time.
that thing.
Thank you, Sharea, to that, because I didn't have no clue. I had no clue.
And we'll be right
gotta
back.
Google it.
We'll be right back after these messages.
See, Engine's too old to remember the Joan on Channel 6. But after these messages, we'll be right back.
Yep.
But it's all good. But hey, here we're talking to Sharea Morishita of Morishita.
It's okay.
Can you please pronounce your name for us only?
It's Sharea Morishita.
There you go. So go ahead.
No, go ahead, boss. I'm gonna let you take it from here.
All right, so I am the one who invited her on the podcast. I'm the one who invites most of y'all. Whoever wants the podcast is me that you're talking to. I am a fan of Sharea and your manga, which in the genre that I really don't read. You know, I'm more of an action killer type manga, but I came across yours and I read it because you're a black manga creator that I really don't know too many. So I had to read yours, and you have an amazing manga.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So, how did you get started?
How did I get started with that story, or like how did I get started like all together with drawing?
How did you get? What's your origin story? Should I say? How did you get started drawing, and what made you go into Love Fight?
Well, I got started in drawing because I wanted attention that my big sister was getting. I'm the baby of 3, and my mom raised us as a single parent, so I craved that attention. So that's kind of how I got started in art. My sister, she painted and she drew, And they were like, oh my God, it looks amazing. So it's like, I want to paint. I want some of that praise. And also, since I'm not very good with communication and trying to get my point across to where I connect with people, I use pictures. That really helps me to like kind of make friends and connect with people. So that's kind of how I got into kind of like comics, because you know, when you're seeing and drawing, people kind of, oh, what are you drawing? I'm drawing this. And you know, I get hyper fixated on certain things. So it's like, if someone else has like that same interest, I'm able to, you know, chatter away with them. So with the story Love, Love, Fighting, that came around because I was watching different variety shows. I don't know if you guys seen, there was this Japanese variety show called Silent Library. And I watched that and it cracked me up, which led me over to the Korean variety shows, where they were doing couples, different celebrities paired together as married couples. And the show was hilarious to me. I loved it. I'm like, well, I want to do a story like that. So that's kind of also where Love, Love, Fighting, the premise came from. And since I was already struggling a lot with like internal things, self-identity, my self-esteem, just different mental things, because I just had my kids. So I'm like, I need to put all this in a positive outlet. So with the premise of the different Korean variety shows, plus my struggles and wanting to communicate that and connect with other people, that's how Love, Love, Fighting was created.
Okay.
Awesome. Awesome.
So growing up, what was
Corey.
one of your big inspirations? What did you love to draw the most growing up?
Garfield. I love Jim Davis's Garfield. The sense of humor, he was so sarcastic, and then also it was Garfield, hands down. I love Garfield. I love like the storytelling style. My second inspiration had to be Rainbow Bright. And also there was this German cartoon, I can't remember what it was called, but it was about a girl who was turned into a bird, Geppetto or something like that. So I kind of like those kind of stories kind of like really inspired me into like the art style and storytelling style that I have today. But my favorite style to draw was definitely Garfield.
Nice.
I actually took a look at Love, Love, Fighting, and I definitely see Garfield style humor. So, okay, yeah.
It's my
definitely.
favorite. I love Jim Davis.
Yeah.
Do you have any old Garfield art?
That's a great thing that you mentioned. Actually, I have them listed over here. I'll tell them to you. I have all of these books I found at a Goodwill. This one is Garfield Bigger and Better. This one is Garfield Pigs Eat Out. This one is Garfield the 3-in-1 Fat Cat book. This one is one of my favorite ones from first grade. And then I have this one of all of the different Garfield styles that he did. So yes, I love Garfield.
All right.
I get hyper-fixated on things, so as you can see.
No, that's great.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, or we do the same thing.
Okay,
now we know what this country.
Yeah.
What was the first manga that piqued your interest?
Let me see. What was the first manga that I read? It might have been one of Clamp's mangas, either Cardcaptor Sakura, or it might have been Pokemon manga, or it might have been Dragon Ball manga. They kind of all bleed together because I kind of like learned all of them all at once, and I have no clue how I stumbled on them. But the first like manga book, it might have been either Pokemon, Cardcaptor, or Dragon Ball when I found it at like the library. So yeah, I think one of those three, but I'm not for sure. It's all like clouded. It's just one day, boom, manga.
Funny thing is, I could never find Dragon Ball manga at my library, but they always had card captors.
Yeah, we have Dragon Ball at ours.
I feel like someone checked them all out, and it's just like They probably just belong to the streets now.
These are mine.
One day I'm gonna just find one that's gonna say
are you
property of the Free Library of Philadelphia.
It's like I knew it. I knew it was there.
do you have any favorites that you're reading right now?
I'm glad that you asked. Actually, I do. I have all of Nozaki
I love it.
volumes, and I have Hanoko-kun, and I have Strobe Edge and Home So Sweet. I got to reorganize it because I just messed up my order, so I can't bring them out to show you. But they're all here. And then I have a list. Oh, and then Inuyasha, and I also have Kami-sama Kiss, and what is that one?
I like Kami-sama Kiss.
Immortal.
Awesome.
I knew you were gonna be an Inuyasha fan.
Yes, I love Inuyasha. Well, okay, I love the genre style. I'm annoyed by the relationship, but I still love it.
The relationship is what made me walk away. I'm like, you know what? No,
It triggers too much of my trauma, so I'm like, but I still like it.
Have you watched the new generation?
No, because I heard Kikyo's back, so I'm like, I don't want to go through that again. I'm gonna wait. I can't. My heart.
No.
No.
So you're about to say you definitely have a taste that jumps through a few genres.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's how you get
nothing wrong with that at
style.
Mm-hmm.
So how long did it take for you to develop your drawing style? Because one thing that definitely stands out in the books
Mm-hmm.
is your style. Because I'm like sometimes the art in between mangas, despite it being different artists, sometimes it ends up looking the same.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course, stuff from the Dragon Ball creator Toriyama, his particular style you can always see. But sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, with Bleach and Naruto, I'm like, some of these issues, I'm like, it looked like they were drawn by the same dude.
Mm-hmm.
But you have a very distinct style. So how did you figure that out? How did you cultivate that?
I never really knew that I had a style, actually. I feel like my style jumps so much because it's weird. I'll see one eye style and it's like, ooh, I'm going to draw this eye style for a whole book series. And then I'll see another one, like I'll see like the lower eyelid. Someone does like the little hook like they do in a high school debut. I'm like, I'm going to take that lower eyelid and put it on this eye now. So I'll see like different art styles in different mangas, and I'll just take I like how the top of that lid looks. So I'll take that lid and stick it on there. So I think just me just looking at different art styles and then just getting fixated on a certain eyeball, and then I just like, I'm going to draw that eyeball, and I blend it in, and that's kind of where, because like School Memories has a different art style than Love Fighting, and it has more of the shoujo like light style, because I fell in love with Honey So Sweet. I love like the big eyes and the shoujo sparkle, so I'm like, I'm going to draw that. So that's kind of how I never really realized that my style was noticeable to other people, because I'm always jumping and, oh, I like this, oh, I like that, and so I'm like, I'm gonna draw this.
The main reason I always see different styles, I spent a lot of time working in an art museum. Ooh. So I've stared at paintings for hours on end, and and it got to a point I could tell which artist was doing what.
You had the eye for art. See, I wish I had that. I don't have an eye for art.
You have an eye for what you like, so you make art.
I like how you put that. Yeah, I like how you put that, because I'm like, I can't. I'm not creative when I need something to base it off of. I can't like off of my head, but I like that.
So I have a question for you. Do you see yourself making any stories that, for the art style, lean more into like the Garfield style?
Let me see. Do I
see any
I do have like You know, like Azumanga Daioh, I do like that 4 coma style because like Garfield, it's more like a 3 panel kind of style with their 3 panels. So I did do some comics about me and my kids called Mommy Diaries, to where just some of the random stuff they said to me as little kids. So I do kind of like have that kind of stuff splattered around. I definitely would like to do more of those. It's just being a mom and paying bills. Not a lot of things are very funny. So I would like to get back into it when, stuff kind of settles down and starts being funny again.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I mean, with kids and being a mom, I think, like, especially if they're young, everything they say or do is just so totally off the wall that like it's a lot of like content there with kids, because like that old Bill Cosby show, kids say the darndest things.
Yes. My kid said something to me today. My stomach was hurting, and they're like, "Mom, we should just stay home. You can't take us to school." And I'm like, "You guys, honey, I can't take care of y'all while being in pain at the same time."
Right.
And they were like 2 seconds after that, they're yelling at each other because somebody slammed the door the way they did not like. So I'm keeled over in pain, trying to help them conversate. Like, "Okay, honey, why did you slam the door in your sister's face? Okay, sweetie, let him have 2 seconds to close the door." And then they're like, "Mom, are you okay?" I'm like, "I just told you I'm in pain." So yeah, kids are interesting. They're interesting. Lots of content.
Yes, to say the least. Yes. So for the people who don't know you or what your manga is about, what is Love Fighting?
So Love Fighting, that's about a girl who is dealing with her self-value and self-worth. She's having a hard time seeing her self-worth outside of giving money to her dad or outside of doing whatever her cousin Krista tells her to do. She's kind of like basing all of who she is on her acts of services to others, because then she feels like, well, I don't have any meaning if I'm not of use to somebody. And that's kind of where Love Fighting, the whole kind of premise of that is, and like her whole panic attack and her whole struggle with her whole identity kind of, I was trying to like display that or just get my emotions that I was feeling in out of my chest and down on paper. So that's kind of what Love Fighting, like the whole story is about, her finding her self-worth outside of what she can do for others, outside of her family, and just kind of start looking for love for herself.
That's actually, it's a very deep and positive message that needs to be spread more in today's atmosphere. So
I appreciate that.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Yeah, so that's definitely something that needs to be out there more. So, man.
Kudos to you for that one.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, because I struggle with that story, because I have a hard time communicating because what I think I'm saying doesn't sound like what I'm saying. So when other people hear that, it sounds different. And it's like, no, that's not what I meant. And it's because I didn't really communicate that part. So a lot of that spills into my manga, to where I'll say one thing, but it's like I forgot to say something else. So I'm like, I don't know if they're understanding what I'm saying. But it touches my heart when I do see people that are like, yeah, this spoke to me. I'm like, okay, so you got my brain waves. You heard me. And that just, it touches my heart to see that other people are connecting and they hear me, because that's what I struggled the most with is being heard.
Nice. Oh, that's good. I understand that. I like that a lot. Okay, so it being October and all that, do you have a scary movie that is your favorite?
I am terrified of scary movies. I can't handle them, but I do like thrillers. I like a good thriller.
The music video?
Movie.
No, she meant the subgenre thrillers.
I mean, I do
like. Okay, I like the Michael Jackson video.
Yeah, I mean, I do like that one. I can handle that one, but actual scary movies, no. But I can do the thriller genres. I like those. or like the psychological kind of genres.
Okay. So what's one of your favorites in those realms?
This is gonna be weird, but I like Phantom of the Opera. I know it's not a thriller, but it's kind of like, it's kind of spooky. I also like what's it called? The one with David Bowie, The Labyrinth. I like that one.
Labyrinth.
Yeah, that's not really a thriller, but it's like psychological.
Classic. It's such a classic, though.
Mm-hmm. So
it's a classic, yes.
One other thriller that I like.
And I'm not gonna lie, as a kid, a lot of those Muppets definitely freaked me out.
You see, and then when the horse, the horse, is that the movie where the horse is going into the swamp, or was that the never-ending story?
No, that's the never-ending story.
Yeah, I like that one too.
That was about making children cry.
Yes, I know.
Yes, that was about making kids cry.
I was hurt when I traded you when that horse died.
Yeah. So I don't really think those are thrillers, but to me, those are like psychological type stuff. That I like something that kind of like messes with the brain a little bit.
So would you consider? All right. Would you consider, because this dude's always a personal favorite of mine, because he's not really horror, he's definitely in the thriller area. Hannibal Lecter.
Are you going to get mad at me if I told you I've never watched it?
No, not mad at all.
You're not
mad
at all.
Podcast off.
No, I'm sorry. I'll watch it tonight.
Not mad at all. Not mad at all.
I do watch Saw.
No, not at all.
Issues, but the Saw series.
I have never watched Saw.
That's okay. Don't watch it. Because I was looking around the car corner like someone's gonna kidnap me. So don't do it.
And that's why, because to me, Saw is too close to home. It's too close to being real. I'm like, nah, I don't want to see that shit.
Also, just because the fact that all the contraptions are actually feasible things that can be made.
Yeah.
Right.
It was like,
right.
No.
Like it was like, yeah, that's kind of scary. The fact that people, it was like,
I can see myself in that situation.
But no, it's something I would suggest because it's definitely a thriller. Mm-hmm. It's not, the implications of blood are there more than actual blood. Mm-hmm. Except for the TV show, which is on Netflix, which does have a fair amount of violent scenes, but the psychological overtone of it all is what really gets to people.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out then. I'll definitely have to check that one out.
Plus,
I believe the series was way more psychological than the movie, right?
Well, yes, because of course with a television show they were able to expand the mythos and the entire experience. Like if you're able to do a show right or any series right from something that was a bit more condensed, if you figure out a way to stretch it out, you can do something really beautiful. Until you stretched it too long, like One Piece.
It's going for a long time.
They'd have been around, they done been around this world about 300 times and ain't found this damn One Piece yet. Luffy is still, how old is Luffy?
You have a second manga.
What'd you say?
You have a second manga, correct?
But Luffy's going on what, over 1,000 years old at this point, right? Since his conception to manga adaptation to anime, now anime going on 1,000. There are over 1,000 One Piece mangas out.
Wow.
Do you see yourself going that far with your manga?
I mean, if I had a story, but my attention span is terrible. It was hard just getting 3 volumes out for Love, Love, Fighting. And even for Catch Me, Fight Me, Love Me, my brain is like stuck for season 2. So my attention span's like, I'll tell one story. Okay, I'm on to the next. And it's like, well, what happens in the rest of this one? I don't know. It's like my brain stops thinking at a certain point. It's like, oh, what's that? Let's do this story. So I don't think I'm capable of mentally being able to keep speaking unless I'm very fixated on that subject matter.
Right.
Catch Me, Find Me, Love Me. Elaborate. What is that one about?
That one's still about Oriana and Jaehyun, my 2 OCs, but I wanted something more lighthearted and fluffy since I felt better now. So I'm like, let's tell a happy story. So that one is just about them two. Now it's I changed their personalities a little bit. We see Jaehyun and all his anxiety and him feeling kind of left out with his family and his whole thing. He wants to feel wanted and needed, but more so he wants to feel wanted. And his family's like, hey, we don't need you. We want you, but we don't need you. We kind of want to hang out with each other. And he's like, well, dang. So he pretends like, well, I don't care anyways. And so here comes Oriana. She's like, oh, that's okay. Let's play games together. Let's have fun together. Let's be chaotic together. And he kind of like finds his person to where he doesn't have to be so anxious and keep up that facade of I don't care. So that's kind of what that story is about. Just them going through like the little goofy, mundane, fake marriage life and just finding peace with each other.
I feel
nice.
Cat. About that character. I feel attacked.
I'm sorry.
You gotta now you gotta go into it now. Now you gotta elaborate why.
Why
do we really need to elaborate on this? Do we?
Well, I'm curious. Why do you feel attacked?
Yes.
Because the nail on the head.
Say she want to know why you feel attacked.
Nah, I just know it hit the nail on the head and it rung true for like 8 years of my life.
Well, see, that's exactly how I feel. So a lot of Jaehyun stuff is just my anxious side, and I just put all that anxiety that I have, and because I struggle with that a lot with my sisters, because they'll be like, "Oh, we're twins," and I'm like, "You do realize there are 3 of us. There's 3." But I don't care. Y'all go ahead and be twins on Facebook, posting all these pictures of each other. I don't care. So I kind of put that into Jaehyun. So it's okay.
Nobody eats no one uses double mint gum anyway.
Right. Don't nobody care. I don't care.
So I want to get into the webtoons side. Cause I know like you have a course and you teach people how to get on webtoons. Mm-hmm. Like, can you speak on that a little bit?
So the course that I recently made was I wanted to show people how I use 3D models. Just show my process. That's literally what the course is. Just you're watching me draw a person using a 3D model, because I know a lot of people don't draw their webtoons or don't want to start because they feel that, well, I can't draw. I can only do stick figures. And I want to kind of help them get their story told, because it's like you got something inside of you that wants to come out, but because of, whether it's a limiting belief or maybe it's a lack of knowledge that's stopping you, I can at least help give some knowledge, and then I can hopefully help encourage them and hopefully break out of that limiting mindset to tell the story. So that's kind of what I do on my YouTube. That's what I do in my course. I'm just showing them my whole process, how to just draw a simple webtoon, a 4-panel one, nothing big. And I lost my train of thought, but that's literally what the course is, because I want to see more people do their story, because it feels good to have someone who understands, what you're saying. And a lot of us use stories or comics to do that. And it's like, here, let me show you how and draw your story.
Yes, I'm in that same boat.
Engine, you were about to say something?
It's time for that good old ad break.
Oh, oop.
That's
No, it's all good. Guys, we'll
You're
be right
fine.
back. We'll be right back.
And we're back.
Hey,
And let the interview continue.
I do have a question.
Mhm.
You've said it a few times on air so far. You are have you reached out to creators who are also on the spectrum, and they have those same some of those communication issues that you found yourself dealing with?
I haven't really reached out to much of anybody just because I know how should I put it? There's a lot of like internal triggers and trauma that I have to like go through before I can have like a healthy communicative like talk with other people and not like trauma dump. So I don't really talk or reach out to anybody because I'm like, you're gonna get a lot. I'm gonna open up a can of worms. So let me work on me first. I don't really reach out to a lot of people. I gotta fix this first. I haven't. No.
You got to fix the house just enough. You got to fix the house enough before you start inviting folks over to dinner.
Yeah, because they're gonna be like, "Oh my!" Because my sisters are like, "Shireen, what is wrong with you?" I'm like, "I don't know." So I'm gonna just draw comics. I'll connect it that way,
Right.
so you guys aren't like getting it, all at once in your face.
Okay. No, that's
What?
perfectly fine. I respect that.
What made you go the manga route instead of the comic route?
I like the eyeballs. I like big old eyeballs. It's like the mirror to the soul, and it's
I
like
knew she was going to say that.
Like you can see like the emotions, and it's easier to read because I have a hard time picking up on social cues. So I learned how like to look at people's eyes when they're talking, and it's like just the subtle stuff where you pick up on the energies. So that's why I love just manga, because they use those social cues that I had to learn as a kid, so I can see, oh, they're actually mad. Let me stop talking. And in the manga, you straight see when someone's mad because their eyebrows and their eyes are tiny, and it's like, what? So that's why I like manga. It's easier for me to understand the emotions that I'm seeing.
Right.
Now that I think about it, sometimes in Western illustrations, the eyes don't really say a lot.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a really, really pressing scene and they have to change them. But yeah,
Right.
okay, yeah. All right, I got you. I understand that. Okay. All right. So
go ahead.
Go ahead. What was the first anime that drew you in?
Dragon Ball Z, and then it was Sailor Moon. It's like those were like the two runner up, because what was it? Nick, the studio people. I was supposed to be at school, and it came on, and I was like, "What is this?" You see people screaming and showing all their emotions, like the intro to Dragon Ball Z. I was like, "Yes, I'm here for it!" Like dun 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 dun. I was like, "Yes!"
Dragon, lots of dragon.
Yes! And then you got Trunks coming in with the sword. You got Tien doing the solar play. I was like, "Yes!" So yeah, I like Dragon Ball.
Oh man. Oh man. And then Sailor Moon will always be have a very interesting spot in the world, and always
favorite character, Tuxedo Man.
Yeah, always joke about Tuxedo Mask.
I liked what was her name? Sailor Jupiter. I liked her. I can't remember what her name was though, but I mean I can list off the Dragon Ball Z characters' name because they were like that's my first. I love it.
Because I feel like that's for everyone, especially when you realize that a lot of their names were very simple items and
Yes.
vegetables.
Yes. Like I can understand. I can remember Tien. I can remember Goku. Goku. Tien. I got that. Krillin. I got it. I remember their names.
So in the future, are we going to see you expand into any other genres?
That's a
for
very
the manga
good
telling?
subject that you mentioned. Actually, let me see if I can find my other book. Hold on. Let me see. Because I have this book called Bottled Prince. Where did I put it? I lost it. But it's a book called Bottled Prince. And it's like a psychological kind of like monster.
There you go.
Kind of like dark. So I want to, because it's there's this prince, he has like these white dreads. Because I wanted to do one with a black guy as a fantasy main character, and he's trapped in a bottle with this monster, but the monster is like this witch spirit, and she's taken over one of his friends. So all three of them are just trapped inside this bottle together. And there's this girl named Chastity. She's going through a really bad breakup. She opens up the bottle, and just all this chaos is happening. It's Bottled Prince. I really want to get back into that story. My inner chaotic girl just wants to just draw monsters. Not monsters, but kind of like, the long neck kind of Japanese style monster with like the big eyes.
I'm with it.
I'm definitely here for that.
Yes.
Is that on Webtoons now?
I put that one on my I hid it. I don't have it online anymore. So like one of my old fans, they'll probably know about that. But I mean, I can definitely, I'll put it anywhere. Wherever I can post something for free, I'll put it on there. Okay. But I definitely want to get back to doing that. I wish I could find it.
That sounds good. Actually, I would like to read that.
Definitely share it.
It's going to be one of those things you find right at the end of the podcast.
Right. I'm like, dag nabbit, I was right here the whole time. I found it.
Hey.
It's Bottled Prince. So this is Chastity, and then I'll show you Prince Lionel. He gets a 2-page spread because he's my precious bean, but that's Prince Lionel.
Okay.
Right here.
I see. Okay.
But it's like a whole like time jump kind of thing. Since he was trapped in the bottle, he's originally back in like the old age kind of medieval thing. He is considered a cursed prince, so all of his people reject him except for his friends and the mom, and so it's just a whole backstory on that. So friends. Yeah, he has like 3.
Oh damn.
Yeah, they don't really like the prince because they consider him cursed, but he has those 3 friends, which is why he's locked in that bottle, because he's trying to help his friends.
All right. Okay. What any particular animes or mangas you're looking forward to coming out now?
I've been so busy with work. I mean, the only one I've been watching kind of like consistently or trying to watch consistently was Toilet Bound Hanoko-kun, that one. But I've been sleep deprived and drawing comics and trying to beat writer's block. So that's the only one I've been kind of like off the.
We all understand that.
Yeah. But I would like to see the next season of that one.
How do you beat writer's block? Do you have a process for that?
What I do is I first look at what's actually causing my writer's block. So with Catch Me, Find Me, Love Me, and also with my other story, Whisper of Cinnamon, the things that's causing my writer's block is because I'm afraid that it will not live up to the hype, or it will not live up to what I believe people are expecting for the story. So that fear is freezing me up to where I'm like, whatever I draw and whatever I do write, I scrap it. So that's how I can get over writer's block, if I tell myself, okay, yeah, I know it might not be what other people like. It might not live up to the expectation, but are you having fun? Do you like it? And that's usually what helps me get over that. But I've yet to tell myself I like it. So, but that's how I do get over my writer's block when I allow myself to actually like my story. I have to look at what's causing it and then go from there logically.
Awesome.
Hey, I must say I like the honesty in that.
I have no shame. I'm not sure what I should be ashamed of or shouldn't. So again, the social cues go over my head. I'll answer whichever question.
All right, so what's next for you?
For me, I have to. I'm trying to get my blog posts going to keep sharing like more free content on how people can make their own webtoon. But the next thing for me is to get Whisper of Cinnamon done. It's another one-shot story that I'm doing, and then hopefully get Catch Me, Find Me, Love Me. Get season 2 of that going. So that's kind of like what's on my to-do list now. Whisper of Cinnamon and then Catching, Find Me, Love Me. And yeah, and just sharing stuff on YouTube, how to draw webtoons, how to make it with 3D backgrounds, all of that.
Oh man.
I love your titles.
What'd you say?
I love your title. I love your titles.
And here, let me keep it a beam. When Braheim pointed you out and I looked at the titles you have, I was just like, she's got to be bringing something different to the table. Because I couldn't convince this guy to watch anything outside of action for years.
For years, I'm telling you, for years.
Well, yay! I picked that title randomly because, like, with Love, Love, Fighting, I heard somebody say that Kwangbo, one of my favorite actresses, she said, love, love, fighting. I'm like, I like that. I'm going to use that. So that's how I came up with that. With Catch Me, Find Me, Love Me, that's like, with Jaehyun, you got to catch me. With Oriana, let's fight. We're having fun, but let's fight. And then, the end with Love Me. Yeah, because Jaehyun wants to be loved. He don't care, but he does, and he wants to be loved. So that's kind of how I came up with Catch Me, Find Me, Love Me.
See, that's Corey's. That's his influences. Because, like you said, I would never have read any romance or a slice of life manga if it wasn't for him. It wasn't for that guy right there. I wouldn't
because don't get me wrong, I love action animes. I even love horror animes. But you need a palate cleanser. You need something you need something to cleanse the palate, show you some lighter flavors.
I'm glad.
So, even in the lighter flavors, there's a overwhelming amount of depth at times, depending on where you go.
I appreciate that.
So if you can get him to switch it up, maybe I can finally convince him to watch BoJack Horseman.
Hey, maybe you can. Maybe he might.
Yeah.
You say no?
Probably
not, but we'll try.
Quiet you.
We'll try.
I ain't saying anything.
Sharea, it has been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my goodness. Please tell these folks out there where they can find you.
I'm on Instagram, S Morishita Studio. I'm on TikTok, S Morishita Studio, and I have my website, s-morishitastudio.com.
Hey, I'm about to say, why switch it up?
And on there, they can find out
on everything. So
how.
Makes sense.
Hold on, Mike. On there, they can find out how to take your course.
Yeah, I have a lot of my information. A lot of my information is all free. The course is literally just seeing my process step by step. So even if they can't afford it, everything I share in that course is all shared for free on my website. So everything, I give everything for free. Just the course is just you watching me drawing it. But yes, to answer that, yes.
Okay. So we're gonna put everything in the description below, whether you're watching this on YouTube or listening on this through Spotify or whatever you listen to podcasts at. In order to find her, everything will be down below for y'all. We're gonna make it super easy for the people to find Sharea. Right?
Thank you.
And before we go, of course, we always want to thank you, the listeners, the viewers, for tuning in to another episode of Amerime Junkies podcast. We wouldn't be able to do this without you guys, so we want to thank you guys very much. For those who are walking around or driving or listening to the podcast, or to the folks who are checking it out on video on your phone, we appreciate you guys very much. Don't
Shout
forget
out to your
check out-
TikTok, Sharea.
Yeah, I'll definitely. Are you guys on TikTok? Because I can.
I'm on TikTok. Yeah, I believe I follow you on TikTok.
Okay, I'm gonna have to find you so that I can because I got my live going right now.
Let me see if I can find you on live.
Yeah, I got it going right now.
We want you guys to always check out our website, amerimemedia.com. That's AMERIMEMEDIA.com. And of course, if you're checking out the podcast, I hope you're downloading it, rating it, letting us know what you think. And of course, to you, the YouTubers, please like, subscribe, and share with a friend or two. We'll definitely appreciate it. And guess it's time for us to say goodbye. Who'd like to
hit that dusty trail? Hit that dusty trail.
Say goodbye, Comic Boss.
Goodbye, Comic Boss.
Demon.
See you later, Space Cowboys.
Sharea.
Bye.
Thank you guys for tuning in. This is Salty True Floyd for Amerime Media. Take care of yourselves and each other. Be well. Niko Smith, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Niko.
Hi, everybody. This is Corey Salty True Floyd for Amerime Media, and I hope you enjoyed this podcast video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to check out our other videos right over here. You have a good one. See you around.